1, not 2, but 3 quick and delicious vegetable recipes that are not only perfect for diabetics looking to lose weight, but perfect for the entire family.
I cannot wait to show you how to make this.
Now go on and preheat your oven to 450 degrees. And I want you to grab that non-stick aluminum foil, one of my favorite products to use, and grab a huge baking pan. Now wait a minute. Yes, I am cooking in slippers, ladies and gentlemen. I keep things easy in here. Continue to grab a cutting board and your onion. Now this is where the magic happens. We have our shredded cabbage. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little lazy. I'm just going to use 1 bag of this. You can tell I got this at the Kroger. Now why do I love cabbage in this kitchen? Well, it's only 17 calories for a cup of shredded, 4.1 grams of carbs, 1.8 grams of fiber. And if that, confuses you a little bit, hey, sometimes it does me as well. I don't have a calculator in front of me. It's about 2.5 grams of net carbs, I think. You're placing this in your strainer, and we're going to go ahead and rinse this. Some people will skip this step. I always rinse it, boo-boo, it's up to you. You let me know in the comments. Do you rinse your vegetables or do you just go ahead and cook them? When this is kind of resting, I say, in the sink, go ahead and line your baking pan with that nonstick aluminum foil. Some folks are going to use parchment paper, so you let me know. Are you team aluminum foil or team parchment paper? Now, once this is lined and you're ready to go ahead back to that sink and go ahead and pour that amazing shredded cabbage in that pan and place that aside, and you're going to see one of my favorite seasonings is that Redmond real salt. I love this stuff. It is absolutely amazing. You can get this at your local Walmart and your local drug emporium. Now, I forgot to talk about my friend the onion earlier. Yes, we are adding an onion to this recipe. You see that I'm peeling it and I am slicing it. As always, I am looking for amazing suggestions on how to chop or slice an onion without boohoo crying. So if you have an awesome suggestion, please write it below. I really want to start a community with this page. I really want y'all to give me some tips and, give me your thoughts on things, good or bad, but constructively bad. I don't want y'all to be mean and go at me. I want it to be, hey, do this instead, Shelly, or hey, can I have this? And that's a good transition to the spices that I love to use. I already showed off our Redmond real salt. I am adding a little bit of pepper to this, and I'm Cajun. I don't measure, but if I would say half a teaspoon or a teaspoon. And then I'm going to get folks saying, well, Shelly, I have to watch my sodium. I cannot use that Redmond real salt. I'm like, baby, I got you covered, because I'm going to start adding my Tony's Light. Now, there are a lot of no salt seasonings that I think are absolutely horrendously awful. I like Tony's Light. Again, I'm from Louisiana. Y'all, if y'all have a better suggestion, definitely use it. Don't be glued to my recipe that you have to specially order this and all this. So if you have a really good low sodium seasoning you love, let us know in the comments. Share your thoughts. That is absolutely okay. And you can see the Tony's Light is pretty low sodium, and I get it here at my local Walmart, Drug Emporium, and Kroger. And then the magic is our 4th cup of our extra virgin olive oil. So often I'm asked, why do I use olive oil versus avocado oil so much? And really my job is I work with diabetics and pre-diabetics, and we're seeing some studies with olive oil. Now, not that avocado oil is bad. I love it. I've just seen more studies with olive oil. I have my computer right here, and I want to kind of really give you the real deal of these studies. So one of the first studies it was quite small. It was 25 participants. But again, I'm okay with that. I don't get really upset because it's really hard to grab, 400, 500, 10,000 people to do a study on. They were given a typical Mediterranean lunch. So fruits, vegetables, grains, fish, very, very common on 2 separate occasions. And for the first meal, they added extra virgin olive oil. For the second meal, they added corn oil. And so after each meal, the participants' blood glucose levels were tested, and the rise in blood sugar was much lower with folks from olive oil versus corn oil. So that's number 1. The other thing about it is I do like the flavor that olive oil brings in, and I like that it's so widely available at our Walmarts, at our Kroger, at our drug emporiums. So
really bring this in. And the other thing I love about olive oil, it is a monounsaturated fat. It is heart healthy. I would love to see more studies done on avocado oil. If you're really glued to avocado oil, definitely use it. Just know I push extra virgin olive oil a little bit more.
Now, once we pour our olive oil over our cabbage mixture, go ahead and give it a nice toss. I just use simple tongs. I mean, you could definitely use spoon. You could use whatever you would like to do. And you're going to put it in the oven for 20 minutes. Now, it's not done after 20 minutes. It's very important that you realize this, that we need to take it out at the 20-minute level, give it another toss, and then we put it back in the oven for 15 minutes. Now, the smell, everything is going to be amazing. You can see when we take this out, holy cow, this looks great. It goes with any of your, meats that you make. It is absolutely amazing. And if you were too busy laughing, forgot to write the recipe down, you know the drill, scroll in the description box. And while you're down there, I have a menu that you can download that's going to help lower your blood sugars and even help with weight loss. And gang, I'm Dietitian Shelly. If you love this recipe, please subscribe to our channel. Goodbye, boring steamed green beans that the family frowns upon. You are going to want the best way, and I mean this is the best way to prepare green beans. It needs a little bit more time, 10 minutes to be exact, and your family will rejoice. And guess what? It's a low carb and perfect for diabetics. Well, hello, I'm Dietitian Shelly. I follow a low carb lifestyle to help all of my patients with diabetes, PCOS, insulin resistance. You are going to want this recipe. The family is going to rejoice, and we're starting with that bag of green beans. Now, ladies and gents, although this says wash and prepare, no, boo, Jesus, take the wheel to my strainer. Go ahead and give these babies a nice little rinse because I do not trust that. Oh, did I mention to put the oven to 425? Whoops. Well, guess what? I just did, boo. I just did. So go ahead and rinse these. Grab your cutting board and put those green beans on there. Now, this is the stem. So this little stemmy part, some people will and can, I guess, pop it off with their fingertips. I cannot do this. If you have a secret way to do this, let me know. I'm a time saver. I love to grab my knife and just chop these bad boys off. As you chop these bad boys off, line them in your large baking pan. This is a pretty big bag of those green beans. I don't exactly know how much this is. I'm going to estimate that it's a pound, but I got it from the produce section. This was an Albertsons product. Of course, you can find this at the Walmart and Kroger. Love green beans. But one of the biggest complaints I get from all my clients and patients is that it is incredibly boring and the steamed green beans, and I gotta agree, some of those steamed veggies, but I guarantee this is the best way to prepare these. Green beans itself, amazing for us. A cup contains 28 calories, approximately 5.6 grams of carbs, 2.6 grams of fiber, putting the net carb right at 3. So this is awesome for all of my folks who are diabetic, PCOS, insulin resistance. And we're gonna add to this 2 to 3 tablespoons of our olive oil. Y'all know I love to use olive oil. It's that great monounsaturated fat, which is wonderful for our heart. And yes, I am using the Redmond real salt. I'm going to get a lot of questions about, can I use this seasoning, that seasoning? And this is what I always say. I give you the base. Please doctor this up to how you would like it. If you like Tony's, go for it. If you like Greek seasoning, go for it. If you like a no salt seasoning, you go for it. Gang, y'all know I don't measure seasoning. I'm Cajun. I don't think we were born with measuring spoons. Let me know in the comments what state you're from, because I'm from the great state of Louisiana. Go ahead and grab those tongs, toss this, put it in the oven for 15 to 18 minutes. Now, disclaimer, you may want to cook this longer because you kind of like that little burnt feel. I love this. It's amazing. If you were too busy laughing and watching without writing the recipe down, scroll into the description. And of course, scroll down there for a menu. Gang, much love to all. And please go ahead and subscribe. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees. You can see I have a huge baking pan. I love this pan, and I'm going to line it with non-stick aluminum foil. If you've been watching my channel, and hey y'all, I'm Dietitian Shelly. My job is to lower your blood sugars and help you balance your hormones, and of course, help you lose some weight. You know that I love non-stick aluminum foil. You can use parchment paper, I guess, and you really don't have to use anything at all. You can get your non-stick aluminum foil at, of course, your Kroger, your Walmart, because baby, you know I don't shop at the fancy store. Grab your cutting board. Love this recipe. You see that I have my asparagus. It is washed. It is clean. Yes, boo. I do wash my vegetables. Some of y'all kind of pick on me a little bit about this isn't clean. Baby, my house old. even if it's staying, it's going to stick there. It came this way, boo. It's just how it's going to be. You can grab a knife, which I will do in a second because sometimes I'm a little lazy, but you could do the technique of the bend and snap. And bonus points if you know where that's from, what movie that's from, you can write it in the description section because it is absolutely one of my favorites. But after a while, I'm a little over it. I'm a little over the bend and the snapping. I'm gonna grab my knife. We're gonna cut that stem off that asparagus, and you can kind of see I'm transferring them over to my pan, and I'm grabbing one of my favorites, which is the olive oil, and we're gonna use 2 tablespoons of that. You see my favorite seasoning combo, and again, you already know this if you watch this channel, but if not, welcome to my favorite seasonings. We have our Redmond real salt, a little bit of pepper, but of course I have my Tony's Light. Whoa, hello, because I do honor my low sodium folks. I understand. I don't measure, gang. I'm Cajun. It's something we don't do. Let me know in the comment section if you're Cajun as well and where you're from, because I'm from Homa. I would say like about a half a teaspoon of each. I don't know. I just do a little shaky there. And then I go ahead and toss this. I am not about dirtying extra dishes. I do not like to throw things in a bunch of bowls and dirty it up. I'm like, I'm just going to do it in the pan. You can see that I'm doing it with a fork. I don't have fancy equipment in here. I don't want you to feel like you need fancy equipment to cook great diabetic and pre-diabetic meals and meals that are great for weight loss. When everything's coated, we're going to throw this in the oven for 15 minutes. This is amazing. It's delicious. It is one of the easiest ways to cook asparagus, but the beauty is because of that olive oil we're using, we are working to help lower our blood sugars.